Today we're going to talk about text, we're going to talk about SMS, WhatsApp, whatever. How should you respond to your ex when they write you? Because sometimes we tend to overthink, to do the wrong things. And usually what I see with my clients is sometimes by overthinking, by not being their self, they're actually damaging any chance to get back with their ex. So we're going to look at this today. It's a whole guide on what you should do when it comes to texting or messaging your ex. Jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Before I move on, as you know, you can subscribe. We are a growing community. I'd love to have you on board as well. You can comment if you have any questions. I will personally reply. If you like the video, if you don't like the video, share with me if it worked for you, these kind of tips. Take the quiz to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. The link is in the first comment of the video. So the first thing is, and I know it's easier for me to say than for you, is not to overreact. Stay cool. And the thing is, there's no magic phrase, no magic trick when it comes to answering to your ex. I can't tell you, yeah, use this sentence, it's gonna work like magic all the time. It really depends. The idea is really to remove yourself from all those emotions. Whenever you receive a text from your ex, you have to perceive that message either as getting back in your mind on when you were together, how would you have reacted when you receive a message from your ex, or try to put yourself in the shoes of yourself receiving a text from your best friend. How would you respond to that message? So the thing is, by having those thoughts, by overthinking, by overreacting, you're actually damaging any chance to get back with your ex, because you're going to project an image of someone who's not confident, someone who's insecure, which is the worst thing you could do when it comes to get back with your ex, because as you know, if you're watching my videos, the only thing that makes an ex come back is when you're an attractive person, when they want to be with you, right? Second tip, don't invent a life and wait to answer. It's super classic. A lot of people do that when they start dating. A lot of people do that after a breakup. They just, this myth of, you have to wait 3 or 4 hours to respond. I'm going to explain you why it doesn't work and why I hate this type of thinking. Either you're a person who is pretending to wait for 3 hours before answering, or option B, or second option, is just that you have a life. You turn off your phone when you go to sleep. You turn off your phone, or you switch your phone off when you're with friends. You just enjoy the moment. You are busy, so you can't answer your phone right away. I think, broadly speaking, phone and screens are not really healthy. You don't, especially after a breakup, I would highly recommend you to start a digital detox. Look at the number of hours you spend on your screen. Try to divide that number by 2. And I can guarantee you, do that for a week or 2, you'll see your life won't get worse. Actually, you get better sleep. Your mood will be lifted, because this phone addiction is really, really bad for you, especially when we are down in terms of our emotion and we are a bit depressed. There's been studies about that. Social media, phone actually make people more depressed. So I'm not saying you should not use your phone, but I just want you to challenge you this week. Let's do that. This week, okay, let's do that, and comment if you do that and tell me your result. This week, you're going to look at your week's stats on iPhone and on Android. You can have a look at how many hours per week or per day you use your phone. Take that number and aim to divide that number by 2 by the end of next week. So force yourself. Easy stuff. When you're with friends, you put it on airplane mode. You restrict access. So Facebook, Instagram, you can sometimes block. You say if you're watching Instagram or Facebook 2 hours a day, you just block it to 1 hour, and after an hour the app will be blocked. When you go to sleep, you switch it off. Before you go to sleep, actually, an hour and a half before you go to sleep, you switch off all the screens. It will help you get a better sleep. When you wake up, you don't switch off your phone. You wait 10 a.m. Do all these kind of things and stack those sort of new habits. You'll see. Please let me know in comment how it works for you. You'll see you'll have better sleep. You'll be happier, healthier. your mood would be different and you'll be less keen on how I've received a notification, I'm gonna reply. Remove all the notification, no notification, okay? You are the one to check your phone. You're not the slave of your phone, okay? So you're not the one passively expecting your phone to tell you what to do, okay? So that's why notification is really, really bad. If you want to use your phone, you decide, I'm gonna use my phone, I'm gonna switch it off, I'm gonna check my message. Because when you have notification, the phone tells you, hey, open me, right? So do this, let me know how it goes. 3, stay light and positive. And when it comes to messaging your ex, I've seen so many times, long, dreadful, very poetic and difficult and drama type of messages. The idea is like, be simple, be happy, because people want to be surrounded by happy people. Your ex wants to be surrounded by happy people. They don't want to have in their inbox a message with, 1,500 words of complaining, of asking about their life and so on. Keep it easy, keep it simple. The idea now is to seduce your ex, is not to be the annoying person, right? Now, also a tip really useful, not a lot of people know it, cut the conversation at the right time. There's momentum in any sort of story in a conversation with someone. You have this sort of intensity, this kind of engagement in terms of attention. And it always does like this, goes back and down, goes back and down. Think of the last movie you saw, goes back and down, and then up the climax and down, climax down. What you have to do in a conversation is not to wait for the climax or the attention to go down or the intensity to go down, but to just end the conversation at the peak, saying, sorry, I need to go. And usually when it comes to conversation, you don't want to have 2, 3, 4 hours conversation. 30 minutes, that's enough, you cut. If you had other things to say, you would have other conversation. Because the thing is, a lot of people, 95% of my clients, they have I had a 4-hour call with my ex and we discussed everything and everything. The thing is, I'm not saying it's bad, but you just failed the opportunity to really tease and get your ex excited a little bit more, like a teaser, like a teaser for a movie. So you do instead of having this 3-hour call, having different 30-minute call is 10 times more powerful. You might get the same sort of result in terms of the answer or the message you want to convey to your ex, but in terms of their emotional attraction to you, in terms of their emotional state, it's going to be 10 times more powerful because they're going to have this interaction where it's going to be always intense, always engaging, always interesting. If you have this long conversation, you don't going to have that same intensity. You want intense conversation. It's going to be the same with your message. You are in control. Get back control when you feel like it's boring. Sorry, I have to go, because you have a busy life, right? Lower the stakes of texting. So the thing is, a lot of people, they make a big fuss about what they're gonna send, how they should send it. Sometimes they would spend hours thinking of which emoji they're gonna send. The idea is to really, come on, you're writing that text, your ex, of course, is an important person, but really picture yourself, as I said in the beginning, as you're texting your best friend. Would you think for 20 minutes, 30 minutes about what you're going to reply to your best friend when they ask you, hey, do you want to go for coffee? No. So be natural, be that person. Because also your ex knows you really well and they'll see whether you're faking it, whether it's going to be weird what you're writing. And the thing is, and it is, our brain is designed like that. We tend to project ourselves into the future and project ourselves into the future with assumptions that are often wrong. And so when we're about to write that text, we just think about, okay, what she's going to answer and what's going to happen if she says that and what's going to happen if I say that. No. Focus on the present moment. Be in the here and now. And the same for your phone. When you're with friends, be in the here and now. That's what would bring you happiness. Have a look online. Be in the here and now is the key to success, is the key to happiness, especially when you have to face challenges like going and moving on after a breakup or getting back with an ex. It is so important. So before I move on, before I wrap up, again, short and punchy SMS, you know, like this slap in the face. I've seen also some, you know, the ex send one message like this, and my client would send this, and then another one shorter, and then my client would like another one bigger. The idea is to really tease your ex, you know, draw a little bit of mystery, and have this sort of short and snappy message that is sort of teasing the attention. Because at the end of the day, what you want is not to create conversation with your ex, is to meet with them. Okay, to have that date with them and create that connection. So text is great for conversation, but what you're really looking for is face-to-face conversation. So the text is just a mean to get to that meeting. And that's it. I think if you have any other questions, let me know how it goes in terms of a digital detox. I can guarantee you it's going to change your life. Okay, I'm not talking about your ex, but it's going to change your life. So put me in the comment section how it went in terms of a digital detox, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.